Hi, my name's Mitchell. I'm a co-founder on the Dexible team. Today I'll walk you through how we use the platform in a short walkthrough. Dexible is an execution tool that combines DEX aggregation and algo trading to deploy capital strategically and efficiently. Traders use Dexible to instantly source liquidity from multiple sources while optimizing for order sizing, timing, and routing. We've covered what swaps are, why you swap, and some of the market mechanics for swaps, and other content. You can find a link to our video library in case you don't see it. For now, I'll walk you through getting started and how to start sending orders. To start your journey on Dexible, navigate to dexible.com on any web browser. Click the Launch app in the top right-hand corner next to the Book a Demo button. Dexible doesn't have a registration process. There's no custody on Dexible, so there's no registration or subscription, assets don't need to be locked up, and there's no token needed to access the platform. So we can skip right ahead to connecting a wallet to the app. Clicking the Continue the App means you're agreeing to our terms of service and privacy policy. Once I click the button, I'm prompted to connect with either Metamask or WalletConnect. In the case of using Metamask, I'll get prompted by the browser's extensions pop up. If I click on that, I see some technical details about what connecting means. All you really need to worry about is clicking Sign. Instead of Metamask, if I wanted to use any of the wallets connected to WalletConnect, I can pull up my phone and scan the QR code with the phone and then proceed to make the same signature. Traders accessing the platform from an MPC wallet like Fireblocks can use WalletConnect. So signing means you agree on your wallet's behalf to connect the wallet to the app. It's a protection mechanism for both the user and the platform and initiates certain Web3 aspects of it. Once you sign in to your wallet and approve the signature, you'll land on the Dexible cockpit. So welcome to the app. This is what we refer to as the cockpit. This is where traders can customize and submit their orders. Today, Dexible has two main views: this cockpit where orders are executed, and the order logs where we assess the outcomes. To start, let's be sure we're connected to the right network. Dexible is available on 5 of the most popular Layer 1 chains: Ethereum, Polygon, Avalanche, BNB Chain, and Phantom. Dexible has no way of knowing which network your assets live on until you've connected the wallet. Today we'll be using the BNB chain. The second step is to choose an order type that fits your strategy. Dexible offers the widest array of order types available. To browse different orders, in the order column on the left side of the cockpit, click the order type button and assess the different options that you have inside of this dropdown. Other order types include segmented market orders, limit orders, stop loss orders, TWAP orders, stop limit orders, trailing stop, and take profit. Choose the order type that you need to help best execute your strategy. We have additional videos and resources that explain why you would use each. So let's dig in and make an order. So I've selected a TWAP order, which stands for time weighted average price. We have an additional video explaining exactly what TWAP is, its significance, and its strategic purpose. But for now, just assume that we're using this. Each swap is ultimately a specific step of a larger strategy for capital allocation. And not all swaps have the same intent. The situation for the swap we're making here could be in a de-risking scenario. Let's say I'm trying to draw down my exposure to an asset and I need to get back to something less volatile. To make things simple, let's just say we're swapping some blue chip token back to the chain's native token. For this, we're going to use the Stepin GMT token, which I've already entered in, and we're going to swap that back to wrapped BNB. In the case of GMT, I had to enter this token address manually. I can find this by navigating to CoinGecko and then hitting this contract info and copying the BNB chain specific contract address and then coming back into the platform, copy pasting that here, and yeah, you'll see it's already been entered. Make sure that you're using the correct chain specific address, because each chain's address naming is different. The next step is to figure out how much I want to swap. For that, we can enter that into this input field. If I already had a balance, I could just hit max. In the case of this, we're just demoing what's possible, so I'm going to go ahead and just enter an amount here. Let's just say I'm swapping $500,000 worth of this GMT token. As soon as I do this, I see the current spot price between these two assets. I call this the rate of input token per output token. This ROIT provides useful context before you make a swap. Having this makes setting limit and stop prices so much easier. Before I see the fields generated on the right for the estimated outcomes, I still need to input a time period. This time period is a parameter for the TWAP order that helps it know how many rounds it can split up into and over what period of time. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say 3 days. As soon as I do that, the infrastructure is off to the races. The Dexible Smart Order Router is looking across all of these AMMs for optimal price routing. Let's take a look at some of the information that I get. We have these high-level estimates populate above. Something unique to Dexible is that I'm seeing the number of rounds that would optimize this order. What that means is that each parent order on Dexible is automatically segmented into market impact minimizing child order rounds. I see an absurd number of these rounds. If traders were to submit this manually today, they'd have to do this 60 times on another platform to achieve this number of results. But because I use Dexible, I can just get 12% better outcomes than if I had gone through a traditional DEX. Remember, these aren't unknown assets either. It's just that liquidity and capital flows cannibalize outcomes at size and make you more susceptible to defective trader behavior that reads your intent and rushes some action to the liquidity pools ahead of your order. Fees are being calculated in the highest liquidity token. In this case, it's wrapped BNB. Because we're early, the fee is just an arbitrary flat amount set at the equivalent of $5 for all alt chains, including BNB. The rest of the sections here talk about the order outcomes before fees and after fees, the effective price. You'll see the total fees, the transaction fee, and ultimately what Dexible's taking. These two add up to the total fees. And then we can also see the liquidity source and the input per each round. One of the cool things about Dexible is that we can also customize this order further. Well, we have order parameters over here that come with each of the order types. There are also these customization options available here. These additional customizations can be applied. You can customize the transaction strategy, the transaction fee strategy, when the order should expire, and slippage. After you input the order parameters in the order form, as we did above, Dex will automatically perform the calculations to derive that it needed 60 rounds to maximize output, while keeping transaction fees in check. But I could come down here and double the number of rounds. And I could cap the amount of gas that I'm willing to pay at, let's just say, 1 level less. I could say that I'm willing to tolerate 0.75% slippage. All right. Now that I've customized the order, you can compare the delta between what we recommended and your customizations. There might be reasons to move forward with the customization option, but today we are going to just use the recommended order. You can discard changes. You can click this discard changes button to go back to the recommended order. For each token on each network, you must approve a spend approval. This helps protect traders from getting exploited by a rogue platform, but the onus falls on the trader to manage their approvals. If you haven't approved the spend allowance for your input token, so long as you have the balance needed for the order, you can click this red icon. Clicking it brings up a spend allowance modal. We recommend indefinite trades. The difference is that one trade approves a specific amount in the transaction. If you choose indefinite trades, you'll never need to approve a spend allowance again, which may be more cost effective if you expect to be swapping more often. This is just on Dexible and just for that token. For operational security, some choose to only approve stated input of the one trade. For clarification, the one trade comprises the whole parent order, meaning all the input. With either choice, you'll need to approve the transaction from your wallet. You must approve the wallet balance to be unlocked to be able to trade on Dexible. So we now have the option of submitting the recommended order. If we had kept our customizations here, we could have submitted a customized order. So this looks good, and I'm going to go ahead and submit this order. I get this confirmation prompt, everything checks out, and I'll go ahead and click to move on. I get prompted to go to the order logs page. Here I'll be able to see the exact details of the order. So let's wait for this to finish up and we'll see you on the other side. Alright, so I can see that this thing has gone through and I can see some of the outcomes from the order. With the order selected on the left, we can see the status of the trade and its outcomes. We could also export these outcomes as a report, as a CSV report for analysis and reporting. With the order progress complete, I can evaluate the expected versus actual outcomes, as well as the rest of the transaction history. What we show today is the actual versus expected. Something to note is that this is calculated based on the time of the original quote. And as markets move, volatility may be moving with it. And today, Dexible isn't tracking the difference. We would need volume data to do that, and that's coming. So the actual outcomes versus expected may be a bit misleading. We'll dive deeper into what the order logs are and how you can actually export order reports from this page in another video. And that's all there is to it. Dexible was designed to make what was intimidating much more simple. Give it a try, run some experiments, and you'll see the money and outcome performance improvements while saving many hours. Let's run through some frequently asked questions. Why can't I swap ETH? Well, this is really the question about swapping any of the native tokens to each of these chains. The wrapped version of these chain native tokens offers a function that enables automated trading. Wrapping a token is very cheap if you haven't already done it. The same can be applied for wrapped BNB, wrapped Phantom, wrapped Matic, or wrapped AVAX. And if I wanted to do that within the app, we offer this little modal up here to make a quick swap. What else is happening on the nav bar? I can switch networks at any time and it'll prompt me to switch. I can see the current fast gas or the current transaction price on the network. I can switch between light and dark modes, and I can also customize and add an email if I want order progress updates. I'm also able to disconnect my wallet at any time. Why must I approve tokens? This is done for the protocol and user security. It obviously introduces some extra friction along with that. And it's part of the process that the protocol runs on. You should always reassess what token approvals you've made and cancel ones that have lagged on for too long. Unfortunately, that's not free, but this is just the state of where the EVMs are today. If you have questions, you can always find additional information on the user docs and inside of the Dexible blog.